just kind of stripped things down, had time to practice, got back to things defensively, and got on this 8-game win streak.
Miami controls the opening tip.
Height advantage over Miami. See if that becomes a factor on the offensive glass.
Reed and Carr on the front line for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, but that's a 3 coming out. Trying to go inside O'Meara.
And Norshad O'Meara, a little undersized, but he'll run the floor against these bigs.
That is Miller for Wake Forest. Tyree Appleby a season ago. 2 years ago, Alondis Williams was the player of the year in the ACC. Nigel Pack stepping back right near that Wake Forest bench. Carr took a swipe at it. Here comes Bensley Joseph. An immediate 3 in transition. Watch out. That's Matthew Cleveland, the Florida State transfer. A couple of free throws from Sallis, who leads Wake Forest in scoring. 18.5 points per game. That is 5th in the ACC. And there's Cleveland again elevated.
More efficient offensively, and his shooting numbers 10 percentage points higher this year than they were last year at Florida State.
Carr finds the open man. It's Hildreth, and it's a 3-ball.
33 in that first game, but then he's just been right around his average, but there every single game.
That'll go out of bounds, and 2 for the initial indication.
But everything
else, player this season.
Everything else, and nothing. Had one other game over 20, but everything else has been right around his average, but very consistent.
O'Meara against Reed, knocked away.
Justin Reed, and we talked about him being in limbo because of the NCAA making a decision, but that was he's been such a huge addition to this team in the last 6-7 games.
Hildreth.
And Tom, we laid out the numbers for Miami shooting the ball. Wake Forest is not too far behind them in their offensive efficiency either.
George on the drive. He went down. Here comes Miller.
One of their primary ball handlers.
He's out with 2 early fouls. Christian Watson is into the lineup for Miami. Nigel Pack. That's another 3-pointer for Pack. They made 11 3-pointers as well. So Cleveland is now on the bench with Coach Larinaga. This is Sallis. Into the corner. It'll go. It'll be a 3.
Taking a ton of them this year, but he's 46% maybe, and Steve Forbes encouraging him to look for that shot a little bit more.
Pack trying to get the bounce. Carr another rebound.
Well, you can see that Miami isn't even sending anybody to the offensive glass.
Hildreth again. Rattles home a 3. In this game with 12, Mikey is 4 of 5 from beyond the arc.
He's on pace to score 60.
He's got 12 points all on 3-point baskets for Hildreth. The lead is 6 for Wake Forest. Denied at the rim. Casey trying to hurry up and get back into play. Sallis explodes to the rim and lays it in.
Joseph back for that second 20 minutes. Remember, they put 60 on Clemson in the second half of that game.
Trying to interrupt an 11-0 run by Wake Forest. O'Meara, crafty move around the rim.
Looks like he's great up and under move right there. Just
going to come up with that jumper for Cleveland, who has 5. Pack leads the way with 6. He's got a couple of 3s. Sallis to the rim. So Hildreth is going to the bench. Miller's back in. He wears number 0. That's O'Meara on the inside. Reed held his ground. Pack puts it up for O'Meara, and he got high enough to tip it in.
Yeah, runs the floor extremely well.
Pack trying to get past 2 defenders. And Pack puts it in. In the corner, Reed. Too much on that one. Carr fought for it, as he does almost every possession, to preserve it and get it to Sallis, who's on target from 3-point real estate. 9 points for Sallis. Shot clock is inside of 10. George just weaving his way. O'Meara is there to clean it up.
Outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's getting up. He's not getting up this time. He is on the floor.
5-on-4 at the other end. It's a layup for Sallis, but O'Meara is favoring that right leg.
Jim Larinaga again. Bensley Joseph back on the floor. Second turnover now for the freshman Kyshawn George.
This is Miller into the paint, tries to get rid of the defenders, and it bounces in. As a team, Miami 37% from the floor. George trying to improve that percentage, and he will with a 3-ball. This is Miller. Hack trying to stay with him. Reed in traffic lays it in. Yeah, Reed playing in just his 7th game in a Wake uniform. Early December, got the double transfer waiver from the NCAA.
Yeah, he's just rounding into shape right now at the right time for them.
Casey turns and hits.
Not just be a factor in this half, it's going to carry over to the second half.
Miller the steal, and he lays it in.
And Watson at 6'7" is a little tougher cover for him. It's got the length and to bother his shot.
George rocking the 3-ball.
Well, against Clemson, most of his scoring came in the first half as well. The other guys picked it up in the second half, but he was the one who held him in the game early.
Miller ripping the ropes for the Demon Deacons.
Football now that the NFL is moving to
You'll be
Saturdays.
And you'll be watching the women's college basketball.
And the women's college basketball, Carol Lawson.
Hack gave it off to Cleveland, Mike.
Wow. Nice dish. You know, the good step over and help, but Cleveland just making him.
Coaches are going to have to be very selective about the lineups with the foul trouble presented to both teams here in the first half as we move to the second 20 minutes. Carr able to get it back, and Carr is going on a rim bender. Trying to work on the bigger Carr. Cleveland literally 0 on 0 and 0. 9 points now for Matthew Cleveland. O'Meara came out of nowhere to block it. Saved by Cleveland. Pack faked the pass and laid it in. Joseph playing with 3 personal fouls. He's yet to score in the game. George, 3-pointer. At the other end, Sallis right into a roadblock. Miller is wide open for a 3 and makes no mistake. Carr on the block. Twisting move, bucket and foul. Andrew Carr.
And they've really got nobody down low who can contend with Carr size-wise. A good move. Good.
O'Meara into the corner, Cleveland. Shot clock inside of 10 for Joseph. This time he hits the net.
Perimeter's got to be aware.
8 of 21 on 3-point shots for Wake. That's Pack on the drive. O'Meara gobbles up the rebound. Back up and in. Norchad O'Meara. Then lost the handle. Pack behind the back. O'Meara. Hildreth recovered. Reed had it. Now Hildreth gets it back. He's on the run. He goes behind the back with the dribble.
Got a little too cute on the break that time.
George lining up a 3, and he makes it for the Canes. Season high before today for George was 13. He had 12 in the Clemson victory.
Just a poor entry pass by Sallis that time.
Hildreth trying to go past George. He hit the deck. Carr over the top of George. He wrestled it away from everybody.
And aside from the shooting, George doing a nice slap in the glass and the finish on the other end by Cleveland.
Cleveland running and jamming, double-fisted rim. So Miami's taking a 3-point lead, trying to tie it up. Fredrickson, that's exactly what he does. Couple of threes in the game now for Fredrickson. Joseph behind the back end, stolen. Miller, 1-on-2, doesn't matter, he lays it in.
He was right at the rim, and this turned into the first pass of the fast break, and only pass of the fast break. And right now, Wake's 2 fouls away from putting Miami at the free throw line.
And Cleveland has tied us at 58, 13 points. Matthew Cleveland, 8 rebounds in the game for O'Meara. Carr has 8 rebounds to lead the way for Wake. There's the mid-range from Pack.
Well, he got the switch.
For the junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Sallis into the paint. Dropped it for Carr for the jam for Wake. 9 of 24 for Wake on threes. That was deflected. Hildreth came away. Entry O'Meara. Catch and basket.
Sallis has been a little quiet in this half.
Drive and kick Marion. Hildreth. 3-point attempts. Money for Hildreth.
Sallis sitting there. He's 4 of 17 in the game. He's had a tough afternoon. They need him to come alive.
Cleveland from the wing for the Canes. Cleveland.
It's way. Probably a season high in that category.
Hildreth. Keller. How about Keller? It's a 2. 2 out of the corner.
That's, you know, with Reed out with those fouls, it's big minutes for Keller.
This is Miller. Little ball fake. Over the front rim and down. Joseph in a congested area. Dropped it off to O'Meara for the jam for Miami. 14 points O'Meara. Sallis working hard inside, trying to tie this game.
With Andrew Carr on him.
That's Pack a floater. O'Meara, ferocious rebound on the offensive glass, and he puts it in. A double-double with 16 points and 11 boards for Norchad O'Meara. 7th double-double of the season. He leads the ACC in that category. Miller, shot clock winding down. He leans in and hits. Final seconds. Cleveland for the win. In and out for Cleveland.
And Reed had a nice job.
Not to say that he won't be at day's end, but he had that final shot. Inside George. What a feed from O'Meara. Pack.
Yeah, here's the look. That's a great backdoor feed. Good job of him hanging around.
Quick 3 attempt. Cleveland. This is Pack hopping back behind the line.
We've been singing O'Meara's praise about everything, and then Pack just Carr actually leading Wake in assists in this game with 5.
Hildreth. Got caught in the air. George knocked it away. Hildreth somehow. Spinning Sallis. He's got it. We're tied. 78 all. Carr over Joseph. Batted out Reed. Miller. 3-pointer. Boopie Miller for Wake.com.
This again, it's just recycled possessions on the you get.
Shot clock to 7 for Miller. Hildreth. Determined drive. And the kick Sallis right before the end of the clock. Ten of 20 on 3-pointers for Miami in the game. This is Pack. Stop and start. Got the shot away. O'Meara follows and lays it in. Hoists a 3. Misses. Reed the rebound. Gives it to Hildreth. The clock runs out in overtime. Wake Forest wins it. 86-82.